Hello! Hope everybody's doing okay. Somebody at work was getting rid of some old equipment. I'll show you here. It's not in the right bag, but it's a nice Primus Sweden Action Sports since 1882. Nice little bag here it come in. So this is the Whisperlite International. No, it's not the International, it's the Whisperlite 600. I haven't looked into it yet. I'm not sure what the difference is. But it's a pretty neat little thing. But for the most part, it's just these things here. It's the burner assembly, which looks to be in great condition. The bottle. But here's the big problem. That's the big problem right there. The top came off. When I received it, it had some, I don't know, maybe it was some of that two-part putty stuff that people use to fix things, and then it had some duct tape wrapped around it, I guess, to cushion the action of pushing it with your fingers. But there's supposed to be a red little soft touch plate that you can grab and push and pull and push and pull. So what I want to do today is make a new one out of materials I have here. Here's what I'm going to use. It's just a block of rosewood. I'm going to put this on the lathe and turn out a little ball. Put some two-part epoxy in here and maybe get a little tiny, maybe smaller than ping pong, like the super balls, those little rubber balls you get out of the quarter machines. Something about that size. And I'm going to glue that right on there. Let's start making some marks. Should probably rip this down on the table saw to get it smaller. If it were a bigger piece, I'd worry about it a lot more, but I imagine this will go quick enough on the old lathe. X marks the spot. I'm not going to drive that one too far in there, but I'm going to get my bits out of the lathe. We'll set those. Let's see. Alright, got her chucked up on the lathe here. Let's see if we can make some magic happen. Not quite dealing with the cylinder yet. Let's keep going. We've got us a cylinder now. I start shaping the ball. I need everybody to keep in mind I don't have any idea what I'm doing, so I'm sure everybody's gonna. Of course, you'll notice my rusty tools. These are Harbor Freight specials. Just gonna do the best I can. I'm sure everybody in the comments is gonna say, "You should have not done that." and try to make a ball. Something that sort of resembles one. Maybe we'll do some sort of egg shape. Are you getting any sort of good angle on this? Let me see if I can get you in closer. Alright, here we go. About ping pong ball size now. I want to get a little bit smaller. Oh, getting a little too far away. Get closer. Maybe I'll even make a nice little mushroom shape. Let's see if I can put some sort of new edge on this. There, look at that. I just rubbed it up against some dry 220 sandpaper. Let's see if it carves a little nicer. I think I'm starting to get a shape I like. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start sanding this guy. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty when it sands out. Just some scrap sandpaper here. 220, same stuff I sanded that gouge down with. It's coming along. A little bit more work. Oh, it gets hot quick. This is not too far off. Again, I'm not trying to make a masterpiece here. Just trying to make this stove functional. And I don't want to look like crap. we got here. Maybe I'll put some wax on that. Yeah, let me put some wax on this, and I'll polish it up with some steel wool. We'll be right back. Found some polish, some old wax, and an old sock. Let's see how she does. Oh, look how pretty she's polishing in there already. Look at that. Look. You put some on the big piece so maybe you can see it. Oh, look how pretty. A little bit of wax on there. Oh, look. It looks like furniture now. How pretty. Just let that. That's it. I want to put a little bit more on. Get it real thick on there. Oh yeah, look at that. Get it glossy and wet. Yep. I'll do the whole thing so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm seeing in the shadows where the camera's not seeing. Yeah, let that run for a second. We'll let that dry out and then we'll polish it up. Alright, it's been about a minute now. This wax has had a chance to dry. Nothing quite like polishing things with an old sock. Just hold that down there and get the heat up high. This wax should get it to be nice and glossy. Let's see. I didn't sand those pieces on the outside edge, but that little knob in the center that I'm looking to use for my pump nozzle. Alright. I'll slow the lathe down a little bit and maybe I can get that top piece off without making too much of a commotion. Change my mind and we'll set off by hand, but this will be the top part of it here. Then I'll cut it down here and we'll sand it by hand and then polish it up again. You can see I put sawdust all over it. I had it all pretty and waxed. That's what the pump will be right there. That's the part you grab, push up and down, pump it. Well, I'm afraid I lied to you a little bit. Wound up doing a little bit more cutting and messed up. I got the spindle a little bit too small. Wound up getting this part right here. It's not sanded anymore, nor is it waxed, but hopefully I can bring it back. Like I said, I'm not going for a masterpiece here. I'm going for something that's going to be functional, but I'd like for it to look decent. So I'm just using my little chisel here to take off that spindle that I left hanging on. Tried sanding a second there, and then I thought, well, I shouldn't leave you out of the loop. And plus, the sandpaper wasn't going fast enough. So, just using this dull chisel here. I mean, it's a little bit sharp. It could be sharper, but I've never gotten too mad about finding that perfect nothingness on the edge of a blade. I found that I don't do any work if I get caught up sharpening tools. Just use them. And then just sand this guy down right here. And I'm thinking, when I wax this guy up, if I put enough wax on it, it's going to look okay. Yeah, that's going to be fine. And that's about the size that you want to grab like that. Pump up and down, and I'll just cut it off down at the base. Shape that up a little bit, then I can drill into the middle of it. Hopefully I can get a hole big enough to where I can put some 2-part epoxy down in there. Oh gosh, I got out of the camera here. So I'll cut off here, and then we'll have something where we can grab, pump, pump, pump. Alright, maybe I'll redo this part of the video. Alright, so I couldn't find that nice back saw that I was talking about. It was like one of those back pull Japanese saws, and I've got it around here somewhere, but I can't find it. So I wound up taking it back to the lathe, and I sacrificed a little bit because now I've got this dimple on the front. But that, you know, like I said, I'm not going for perfect here. I'm going for functional. So I just whittled it down to this last little bit, And I hate that I didn't set up the camera to show you that, but I was just ready to get it done. So, but basically I just gouged away and gouged away until I got to here. And again, I put that other side of the lathe right there. So here we are. We're much closer to getting this done, and we'll have our pump handle going real soon. We'll come back in just a second. I'm going to cut this off with that little hacksaw thing. Maybe I can do that right now. Here we go. Let's do it. I'm going to cut it off. It's not going to be pretty. Oh yeah, this is a horrible little saw. I'm not sure where I got this. It might have been in some sort of multi-kit that I got for Christmas or something. Maybe I can just break this guy off. This thing can break. Oh, it's a lot stronger than you think. I'm just gonna cut all the way around in a circle here until she breaks off, because I'm gonna wind up drilling out that center anyways. It's gonna have to be big enough to take this guy right here. You can see this guy's got, it's pretty substantial, so I'm going to have to drill out the center, and then I'm going to take a razor blade, score this up some to where it really grabs the epoxy, and then hopefully that'll be a good permanent fix for pump handle for this guy. So I'm going to finish cutting this off, and I'll come back to you in just a second. Alright, yeah, I cut it down and got it down to the last little bit and broke it off. You see there, again, not super pretty, but it's gonna work. So I'll dress this up a little bit, maybe sand it down some, maybe try to get this flat. So right now it's kind of a dome, if you can look at it. Not in the best shape. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but I'll put this in a little cup or something. Set it in the drill press. We'll come down on that with something large enough to where it'll set down over this guy right here. Hopefully I can drill down far enough to where it'll grab onto some of this guy down below these. It's like little fingers sticking up. There's little 4 fingers sticking up. I'd love to get it down onto this to where that epoxy will really set in, and then we can get that to where this pump action will work, not hurt your dang fingers. Alright, here we go. Alright, I've got a 2-part epoxy here. I'm going to just cut me a little stick. Gotta focus on that. Gotta fill up. Whoop! It's not. Oh, there it goes. It's focusing. Gotta fill up this cup. Look, it's off center. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. So this has been in the house, so it should be warm and kind of soft enough. If I had left it out in the garage, it'd be all goopy because it's chilly out here. Oh no, is this too old? Oh, there it goes, there it goes. I say it's important to get the ratio right, but I've had pretty good luck with having a little bit more of one than the other. Okay, just look at the little register on here to make sure you get the right one back in the right hole. Hopefully I'll get a use or two more out of that. And to mix thoroughly for some amount of time is what it says on the package. I'm not sure what the amount of time is because I haven't read it. I usually just mix it until it's all consistent and then mix it for a few more minutes. Oh, it smells horrible. Sure does do a great job though. I think this is the Sets in 5 minutes. That's not true. I've never had it set in 5 minutes. I've had it unworkable after 5 minutes. But I've never had it set in 5 minutes. Usually it's more like 15, 20 before you can really... I usually let it set for a day before I put it under any sort of stress. Let's see. Well, that's starting to look pretty good. I don't want to overfill it, and then as soon as I put the little prongs in here. Alright, how am I going to prop this up to where it doesn't fall over? What do you think? A big A-clamp maybe? Not sure. Let me see what I can find. I'll be right back. Alright. So I've got some electrical tape. Maybe that'll do. Okay. And I'll just put this up here. Trying to get that centered up. Oh, see, I put too much. Kind of figured that might happen. Here, let me get part of that stuck there. Oh, then you know what? This electrical tape is. Oh, do I have it? No, I don't have it upside down. The electrical tape will not stick to this. I don't have to have it hold very strong. I just don't want it to all be wiggling around. This, to me, looks like it might be perfect. The only thing I can think of right now is the fact that I didn't score that. I didn't score it. It's never going to grab onto that plastic very strongly unless I score it. So, I don't know if you can't see what I'm doing. Let me get you over here and down. I'm just going to take my knife and score, score, score. Hopefully that's putting a mark in there deep enough. Just need something for that epoxy to get in, grab hold of. It doesn't have to be much, because really the only time you're pulling on this is when you're adding any effort to it, is when you're pulling it out, and that's not a compression stroke. That's more of just a backing it out. There's a check valve in there that. Now my tape's not going to work. I've abused it too much. Lack of preparation. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get this to work. Now I just need to let that set. I think. Well, you can't see from that angle. It's not going to focus that close, is it? It kind of does. There's just enough in there to really kind of... It's not flowing out. It's kind of dark in there too. It's okay. I think this is going to work. I'm just going to let that sit. Here it is. Turned out really nice. Pump it. Soft on your fingers. Seems to be holding really well. I think we've got a solution here. Oh, there it is. Fun, fun, fun. Thanks for joining me, guys.